U-GeekTV.
Welcome back to U-GeekTV. I'm your host, Jarius, Unapologetic Geek. I'm joined by my esteemed colleague, Hoodie C, Chris Marshall, and welcome to the inaugural episode of the Unapologetic Opinion podcast. Look, I've been wanting to do another entertainment podcast for quite some time, and it just was a matter of putting it together. So, I mean, look, we're about to get into it today. We'll be reviewing Nosferatu, Den of Thieves 2, Pantera, Castlevania Nocturne Season 2, Wolfman, and we're going to get into some movie news, particularly two huge trailers that came out of nowhere, Sinners and Magazine Dreams, starring none other than Jonathan Majors. That shit surprised the hell out of me. DJ Akademiks is finally getting canceled, so I'm looking forward to that. And Anthony Mackie he has some comments about what Captain America should stand for, and we're going to get into that too. But first, man, let's start off with the Nosferatu review. Now, Chris, I know you hadn't seen Nosferatu. That's fine. I'm just going to really break it down real quickly. Honestly, this one is for what they call the cinephiles. And by the way, this is going to be a spoiler-free review. This is what they call a movie for the cinephiles, man. Something that is just beautiful to look at. It's like a moving work of art, a moving painting, so to speak, or a novel even, considering it is based off of a very famous book. And man, I was really impressed with what director Robert Eggers did with this character, with this film. It was just great. Nosferatu follows Count Orlok as he tries to reclaim his bride he lost from her husband. When I tell you this is the most toxic shit ever, like Count Orlok is a dog. He ain't here to fuck around. He ain't here to play. And it really does a good job. The film does a good job of really building the character up. Building that character up as a certified threat is something that is not to be trifled with. It's not that he's just a vampire. It's not that he's just coming after the love of this man's life. Count Orlok is a force of nature, like truly something to be reckoned with. And the film does a great job of building it up. And then there are some crazy, some insane scenes that we see throughout the film. And like some of the shots in it, man, they're truly unforgettable. Like truly unforgettable. Here's one of them. There's a shot in there where his hand is coming out and it's just a representation of him reaching out to establish or reestablish that control that he once had over her. And it's harrowing, man. And he's not like a jump scare villain.
Right.
It's the thought of what Count Orlok is. And the havoc that he wreaks on this town is just so impressive. And it's a sight to behold how Robert Eggers portrays that in this film. And Nosferatu was an incredible production in terms of how I felt about it. I went and saw it Christmas Day like a maniac. It's crazy that this review is just now coming out. But anyways, it was a great time, man. I'm looking forward to seeing it again when it comes out. And my verdict for this film is a unapologetically legit film that is a 4 out of 5. It does get a little slow in some parts, so that's why it didn't get like the top rating for me. But overall, I truly enjoyed the ride, man. It's a good film. And when it comes out on digital, I think it's already out on digital. Whenever you see it, bro, trust me, you won't be disappointed.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go check it out then for sure.
Absolutely. Now, with that down, let's get to our next film that we want to check out here that we want to review. Den of Thieves 2, Pantera. I don't know why I almost slipped up on the word Den of Thieves. But anyways, Pantera, that dropped earlier this month. And it's Gerard, not Gerard. Gerard Butler and O'Shea Jackson Jr., who is not, contrary to popular belief, always playing his father in movies. They reprised their roles from the sleeper hit that was Den of Thieves, part 1, I guess. And that movie, I didn't watch that movie for years. Actually, I watched it in preparation for Den of Thieves 2. Did not realize how damn good it was. And I thoroughly was impressed with the magnitude of the movie. Like, it's a slow burn, but it's such a good heist movie, and I did not expect
Right.
that. And everybody knows when it comes to a heist movie, it's all about the actual big heist. You usually get an
Right.
introductory heist where something is stolen. Then you go through the planning period. You go through the cop who's chasing down your thieves, and then you get the big heist in the end. And Den of Thieves 1 had a great one. Den of Thieves 2 has one of the better heists I've seen in film in quite some time. How did you feel checking this film out, bro?
Like you said, it caught me by surprise for sure, man. I was thoroughly surprised. I for one am not really a fan of sequel heist movies, and I guess it's really
Mhm.
because, like you said, when your first movie come out and it's such a big deal, that banger hits, and it's like you can't go up from there, right? You've already reached the climax. Like any other heist after that might kind of be low tier compared to the first one. So it's like I didn't expect to enjoy it as much as I did, but uh even the slow parts, man, I'm like, yo, hurry up, hurry up. I gotta see what
Yeah,
happens, bro. It was
right.
pretty solid for sure.
Yeah, and again, getting back, like, okay, our two main leads, they do a good job of building up that camaraderie. Yeah, they don't really trust each other like that, but at the same time, they know that they need each other. And the team of thieves, everything
Right.
just kind of comes together. I didn't go into this film expecting uh basically another version of the very first Fast and Furious movie in Point Break. That's basically what happens here. And again, I think it's a testament to our lead characters that they really draw you in that way and pull you in and make you feel for these characters. And honestly, you're rooting for them to pull this crazy ass, because this is a crazy ass heist, this crazy ass job off at the end. And I mean, it truly is a delight. Like, I did not expect the first movie to be as good as it was. Didn't expect a sequel
Mhm.
really to be birthed out of it after I was done, looking at it. Like, and the what I mean by that is the first one was so good, I didn't understand why we needed a sequel, but they do justify the sequel in this film, especially if you know
Right.
how the first one ends. So, with that being said, I'll render a verdict on this one as well. For me, Den of Thieves 2, Pantera. It's a delightful, good time. It's pretty action packed once the action actually gets going. Unlike the first one, this one doesn't have as many slow parts. Like, it does a better job to me of building intrigue. And for that, it also gets an unapologetically legit score. It's a 4 out of 5 for me. How did you feel about it? Do you want to score it? How you feel, bro?
Yeah, like you said, I thoroughly enjoyed it. There was no moments where I was like, let me get on my phone, let me see what's happening in the world for real.
Mhm.
Yeah, the the twist, the twist was dope for me. That's really what I look forward to in movies like this. Like you said, pulling off the heist, but also the twist that comes with it. I thoroughly enjoy both, man. And again, like you said, we ain't doing no spoilers, but I can't wait for the next one, man.
Yeah,
So
they got to run it back. They got to
yeah,
run it
yeah,
back with the way it ended. Yeah, absolutely.
definitely. I'm ready for it, man. A solid 4 out of 5. That's a good number for me, bro.
Okay,
That's a good
cool.
number. Like you said, it wasn't up there, but it was beautiful. I'm a fan of Cinque Terre. It's one of my top 3 spots on my list that I have to go visit. So aesthetically, I
Okay.
was I was shocked, man. So I,
Yeah.
I enjoyed that part the most.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. All right, with that down, moving on to a big one, bro. Listen, Castlevania Nocturne Season 1. Okay, I'm a huge fan of this series anyway, and over on Netflix, the original Castlevania run. is one of the best video game adaptations I have ever seen, period. Honestly, it might be my pick. It might be my pick. I've heard the good things about Arcane being a great video game adaptation.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of any other one. Last of Us is another one that comes to mind as far as great video game adaptations go. But the spirit that Castlevania is able to capture with a series that essentially is mostly 2D, it's impressive. And it does such a good job of bringing that lore out into its storytelling, the aesthetics, everything just works. And I love the first entry into it. The I guess the first part of the show. So Castlevania Nocturne comes out, blows me away. It's not as great as the original, but it blows me away. Left off on an incredible cliffhanger involving a vampire that may or may not be a vampire god, vampire messiah. And we pick up in season 2. And although, so here's my issue with this season. When it's slow, it's really slow.
Facts.
And that's the unfortunate part. When it really got slow. That episode is one episode, the one where Annette is going through like that spiritual journey. I feel like that episode really wasn't necessary. It just wasn't. Like it got cute. That was my biggest fear. It got a little cute. It's like, look, we're in our bag at this point. But we're gonna just do a little razzle dazzle. I'm gonna tell you the story to me that was more interesting. It was Drolta and Drolta's emergence as a being that surpassed the power of what she thought Erzbet was. I thought that created an interesting dynamic, not only between she and Erzbet, but she and really all of the heroes, because Drolta became a legitimate problem. And it's not a spoiler that Drolta is alive. She's in the damn trailers or whatever. But that character was so well fleshed out here, and you understand the faith that she has in Erzbet and why she's on the mission that she is, with basically destroying the world and giving it over to vampires. That is very well done. Alucard upstages everybody to me in this season. He upstages every scene. He is chewing the scenery up, whether it's comedically or just being a badass. He was awesome from beginning to end. I said quite a bit. What were your thoughts on Nocturne season 2?
Yeah, bro, that in that episode, man, they got to give you some filler every now and then, man. Right. They got to kind of not give you all the action at once. They got to, let you go to sleep a little bit so something could wake you back up. Agreed. Drolta was definitely a problem. I did appreciate her little flashback, and we got to see why she was as dedicated as she was. Yeah, bro, but like, the last 2 episodes, man, I mean, like you said, the whole season itself is beautifully done, well put together, visually stunning. But those last 2 episodes, man, me and my bro Meech, man, we got this thing where we like to say the studio locked all their artists up in the basement and told them that if they don't do right, they ain't seeing their family again, because they did the last 2 episodes so much justice, bro. Like, the fight scenes, oh my God, man. I had to keep running them and playing them back, though. I thoroughly enjoyed it, man.
Dude, I'm not, so the final fight had more players in it than I thought. I'm not going to give away who all is a part of the final fight. I will say this, it's not Dracula, which was my biggest theory coming in, that Dracula was going to return. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. But the fight that I did get, I really enjoyed. And again, it was basically, she was the idea of a Avenger level threat within the context of this show. And that means everybody had to come together and whoop that ass.
Everybody.
It was some good action. The interesting thing about the end of this season is it wraps up a story completely, right? Like the first two seasons tell a complete story, but it also leaves enough meat on the bones to carry the show forward. Like there are some mysteries to be had or to be explored after this was over with. And it reminds me of season 2 in that way of the original Castlevania. They get into the Dracula conflict and it's resolved in that season. And you're left wondering, okay, where do we go from here? And that's how I feel about Nocturne season 2. So I'll go ahead and give the verdict here too. I very much enjoyed watching this. The filler really got to me at one point. It really did.
I got you.
And then like it was some people, I'm like, I really don't care about this character and what they're doing or whatever. And I want to say something else. I feel like there was a lost opportunity with Orox's story. Like he just comes in every now and again, and that was the story that honestly needed to be fleshed out a little bit more.
Right.
And maybe we'll get that in season 3, the way it's set up. But with that being said, for me, Castlevania Nocturne season 2 is unapologetically all right. It's a 3 out of 5. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the story that they set up, but they took a bit of a step back on this one for me, man. Like I'll watch it again, but it's not as good as what came before. How about you?
I feel like I almost got to give 2 ratings almost, man. Like,
Mhm.
like you said, production wise, it definitely it was good. It was very good, but it wasn't as good as the first season, like you said. That part of me wants to give it a 3. Visually, I'm big on visuals, man. Like I said, the last
Oh,
2
it's
episodes got
spectacular.
me, man. So that would give it a 4 for me. So I guess I'm anywhere like a 3.5 ish. I guess when you average that out, like you said, I really can't wait to see where it goes from here. Like you said, they pretty much wrapped up the story at the end of this season. We got a couple different possible timelines where we can go for season 3, whether it's with Annette and Richter, or we got to
Right.
follow Maria around. Like you said, I would love to see what happened with Olrox and Richter's mom and everything that led to all that happening. So I would love to see where all that goes, man. So yeah, I'll give it like a 3.5.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to another season of it for sure. For sure. Uh,
Definitely.
so last review up. No, you didn't get to see this one. So I guess I'll I'll offer some perspective on it. This movie is what happens when you have a great director with
Mhm.
a film and he feels like he can do what he did with the prior film, in this case being Invisible Man, and offer something a little different from what that quote unquote monster is, and apply it to Wolfman and do the same thing. Here's what I will say about werewolf movies, which I am a huge fan of. They're not
Facts.
complicated.
Nah.
Werewolf movies are not complicated. They are not. It's a curse. Somebody got bit or scratched. That person survived when they wasn't supposed to. They start having nightmares about turning. They eventually turn, and they eventually, their love interest is involved, and they eventually die. That's normally how the best werewolf movies go. It's not
Right.
a formula that needs to be tinkered with or anything like that. The explanation of what the Wolfman is in this film is very interesting. Um, no spoilers here or whatever, but they could have done something with it and they didn't decide to truly explore it like they should have.
Right.
And another issue is this film is super isolated, so it's going to be a low kill count for that reason. There are
Right.
a total of about 5 characters in this film, maybe. So you got your low kill count. And that's not really a deal breaker because other like werewolf movies have had low kill counts, but they were still pretty good. But yeah. And also another another key part of werewolf movies is that mystery factor. Who is the werewolf? Sometimes they like to fool you into thinking it was one person, it was somebody else. Sometimes they introduce another werewolf or whatever the case may be and push it forward. Some of those elements are here. They just don't come together in a great way. And a big part of the problem is you spend so much time on his transformation. What gets lost is the peril and the terror within that. And it takes place over the course of a night. The entire film takes place over the course of a night. And it feels longer than it actually is. And that's always a problem for me.
Right.
I was really looking forward to this film, and the direction and the creative choices that they made are a little bit baffling to me. There is a story about fathers and their responsibilities to their family, fathers and husbands and their responsibilities. And in that regard, they took a different twist with the werewolf love story side of it. They could have did this same exact story because they have it set up with an additional werewolf. I don't even care about spoiling it at this point. There is an additional werewolf in here where you can have that same dynamic to occur, and it just doesn't. It just doesn't. They decide to do something else with it. And it's unfortunate. It is a film that should be much better than it actually is, but it's not. And with that being said, Wolfman, for me, I'm ready to render the verdict. It's an unapologetically basic as fuck rating. That is a 2 out of 5. That's the best I can do with it. This is the best I can give it. I really do not want to see this movie again. And even the design of the Wolfman is underwhelming. Like, by the way, what is up with these humanoid wolves that people want to do where they look more human than wolf? Give me a motherfucker that look like straight down the middle, a cross between a human and a wolf. Just do that. Werewolf movies, their looks, all of that shit is not complicated, but somehow, some way, people find a way to complicate it. So, but yeah, that's the verdict on that. And I don't recommend
Gotcha.
I truly do not recommend it. I don't, man. You can absolutely skip that. All right. So over in Hollywood news, we got the first trailer for Sinners. And this one, I mean, I guess we're keeping up with the whole nocturnal theme that we found for this episode somehow. My God, I don't know what happened to this image, but we'll roll with it. Michael B. Jordan is pulling double duty as looks like gonna be brothers running this kind of joint. It looks like the movie may also take place in Mississippi, so that's kind of cool. Ryan Coogler said that it's based on stories that he heard from his uncle who was from Mississippi, and based on the life of his grandfather who never met, who was also from Mississippi. So that's going to be interesting. The vampires are all Caucasian so far. A lot of people aren't too happy with that, but that's fine. And yeah, I'm interested to see what he does pulling double duty, man. It looks like one of the characters ain't gonna be shit, and it looks like the other brother is gonna be a little bit more straightforward. It looks like at one point, one of the brothers is gonna turn into vampires, and it looks like there's more supernatural shit going on in this film than just vampires. I was impressed with the trailer. What did you think?
Oh man, like I was fully immersed in the trailer, bro. Like you said, him and his twin brother, him pulling double duty. We actually got to look at some of the bad guys, I guess, if you want to call them bad. Just the whole element of the movie, man, looks like it's about to be a wild ride. I know they also kind of confirmed that there's more supernatural beings at play here than just vampires. So that's another aspect that really has me on the edge of my seat, ready to go see it. And then the homie Ludwig is doing the musical score for it, man. I've loved Ludwig since I first really started paying attention to musicals. I know I'm definitely gonna go check this one out, bro. Like this may be a day one movie for me, bro.
Oh, most definitely, man. Most definitely. I'm looking forward to it. The only thing that jumps out to me, and I'm just thinking about it, and I've seen it on the internet as well. It feels like this movie was probably supposed to have Jonathan Majors in it playing his brother. I can't help but to feel that, especially when you think about the camaraderie they established with Creed, and they said they had other projects that they were going to be doing together. I absolutely feel like Jonathan Majors was supposed to play his brother in this film.
100%.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Another trailer that was huge that dropped. Magazine Dreams is coming out. This has been an embattled movie because it was made before the whole situation with Jonathan Majors and his ex-girlfriend or whatever. And all I've heard about this film is how great he is, how this was going to be his Oscar vehicle, how honestly, he is transformative in this film. I just have been hearing all this great stuff about it. And I mean, we got the surprise drop today for the trailer, and it looks damn good, damn incredible. He's once again, honestly, this might be one of the best actors of this generation currently. In my humble opinion, Jonathan Majors is an amazing, amazing artist and an amazing steward of the craft of acting. And I'm looking forward to this film. And I'll be honest with you, I hope he makes his comeback with this. This film has gone from him winning his Oscar with it to it probably being the beginning of his redemption story. What did you think about the Magazine Dreams trailer?
Looked phenomenal, man. Like you said, that Jonathan Majors, you can tell like he takes this to a whole nother level as far as the intent at which he puts out his products. It's like he's putting his very essence into these roles, man. And you can really feel that from an actor who really gives a damn about what they're doing. And like the one thing I noticed about him, whether it was Creed or Lovecraft Country, is he is a master manipulator of his facial expressions.
He is.
And like he really gets into these roles, man. And just watching this trailer, man, just the screaming, the grit, man. It was really powerful just to sit there and watch that minute and a half trailer. So
yeah,
I can't wait for it. Like you said, I think he's due for, you know, his time went. He lost out on some money. He lost some projects. Cool. Let's move forward. Let's see where this can go. And like you said, I think he's about to put his name back in that hat as far as the drawing for who you want to be in your lead roles in some of these movies. So I'm excited for him. I can't wait to see it. You know, the whole bodybuilder thing. I had a buddy who actually went to the, you know, being a bodybuilder. So it takes a lot, man. And just watching the trailer, man, just like, especially when he stuck himself with the needle, man, I was like, oh, here we go.
Here we go. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Actually, Greg is a bodybuilder.
Yeah,
I think we have Greg is a bodybuilder. So it'll be interesting to get his thoughts on this too. But I'm looking forward to it, man. I think it's gonna be a great film. I really do. And I hope that brother bounces back. I do.
Same.
All right. So on the on the darker side of the internet, DJ Akademiks kept going. He kept fucking around. And he's finally finding out. Why I don't understand dudes, especially people with influence and money, talking to minors, man. Why? And not only that, if you are gonna be a damn fucking perverted ass troglodyte, why would you sit up there and talk to somebody on the internet like that, man? Weird shit. talking to a minor. If you haven't heard about it, he's talking to a minor. Then talking about he was asking him. I think he asked him if he was a virgin, if he was dating somebody, and he offered to do a sexual favor for the minor. And at first he was talking about how he couldn't be counseled and all that kind of stuff. After that, not knowing, look, man, you can say what you want crazy to other rappers, to fans online, and all that kind of stuff. People really draw the line at kids. They draw the fucking line at kids, and they draw the line at animals. Bruh, they don't play about this shit. And he thought he was gonna move on and he's uncounselable and all that kind of stuff. That man has lost. He lost endorsements. I didn't even know he had. I didn't know he was endorsed by David Bustles. That shit blew my mind.
I had no clue. Bro.
He got shit I didn't know he had going on, man. So yeah, but Akademiks is out of here. But it was a matter of time. I want to tell you why. I knew he was in trouble when he started talking crazy about LeBron James. I said, yeah, somebody about to come get him. Somebody about to come get him. They about to come pick him up. And he got so obsessed with that Kendrick and all that kind of stuff. Then he sat up there and he said what he said about Kendrick or whatever. But yeah, that was it was over. You can't come back after doing something like that. And then now you got kids involved. And shit, nah, man, he out of there. I heard Twitch took his ass off. He is no longer on Twitch.
Yeah,
that is serious. They dead ass serious. They on his ass, man. What do you think about this situation?
I never liked the dude, man. He's a goofball, man. He's a clown.
Yeah,
and like you said, bro, that's the one untouchable, man. You may get away with some animal stuff depending on what happens. Kids,
right.
It's 100%. You gone, bro. Like there's no excuse for that, man. Especially recently becoming a 2-time father myself, bro. Like I kill a motherfucker behind my kids, bro.
Yeah.
like come on,
you about to lose some money behind him.
Man, he need to be thrown under the jail, bro. Like
immediately. Like it's no place for this shit. He already charged in jail. I was surprised. I thought the motherfucker was like 26, 27. I said maybe that's why he's so fucking stupid. This motherfucker a year younger than me.
Exactly.
Nah, man.
You can't live your life like this, bro.
You cannot be living. You cannot, as an adult in a society where people do things the right way, for the most part, when it comes to just basic decency, you cannot conduct yourself in this manner, man. You can't be talking crazy about LeBron James cheating on his wife with white women. You can't talk about that and turn around and you sitting up here offering a little boy some sexual shit. You can't do that kind of stuff. And now he gone. He really thought he wasn't gonna get canceled for that shit. That's where we draw the line. We don't too much play with kids, man. And people be trying to fight right now to make the case for R. Kelly and all that kind of shit. You see, they don't know how to play with R. Kelly. Don't know how to play with that man. Get his ass up out of here, man. It's just no place for it.
Yeah, bro. And like you see, when it come to kids, man, pause. But I ain't even gonna say that. That was about to sound like
man. Don't do it.
So wrong. Yeah,
don't do it to yourself.
We good.
Because the internet will take some shit and cut it up. They'll cut that shit up.
Facts. Yeah, we good.
Crazy.
Bro.
And down the line, you gotta sit up here and you gotta make amends and explain some shit that you didn't even really say.
I gotta go to Twitter for it.
Man. Right. Yeah, nah, man.
I'm sorry, yo. I didn't mean that.
Right. Yeah. Nah, man. I'm glad you stopped better of it. I'm glad because I've been on programs and platforms with people who did not think better of it. They fucked up.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
Get his ass out of here, bro.
All right, man. All right. So it's very interesting. So everybody knows who is in office at this point. And when I tell you these patriots, these Proud Boys, these defenders of the Republic and protectors of the realm, These people don't play. These people do not play about America. I'm
Facts.
pretty sure a memorandum went out. And Disney asked everybody who's possibly going to get interviewed for this damn movie not to fuck up on the press tour. Please do not do it. We already over budget, reportedly.
Right.
We won't need anything. We don't need anything more happening. And then Anthony Mackie decides in an interview, and I'm not going to even say that he's necessarily wrong for what he said. In an interview, he says, well, maybe Captain America shouldn't just be a representation of America. And he says something along the lines of, like, I'm everybody's captain, essentially. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like I'm not who's it? Like Tiger Woods. That reminds me of that famous line where he was like, I'm not black, I'm whatever. He didn't say I'm not black, I'm Tiger, because OJ was the one who said that.
Yeah. I'm not black, I'm OJ.
Man, that man said that when I tell you MAGA, y'all, he is not Captain MAGA. He is not. But that's what they want him to be. They want him to put that red hat on and put them damn wings out. And they want him to be a captain for every America that ain't DEI. He is now Captain DEI to me. He Captain DEI. Good job, Anthony Mackie. Now they trying to go in his resume and see if he deserves the job in the first place. Let me tell you something, man. Here's the secret about me and how I feel about him being Captain America. He ain't my Captain America.
Nah,
I've been saying that for years. He is not my Captain America. My Captain America is Chris Evans. He blue-eyed with blonde hair. That's who my Captain America is. And I'm okay with that because I had Black Panther. I'm not going to talk about what happened with T'Challa, but that's who I had. So I'm good in terms of representation or whatever. That is not Captain America. On your screen right now, that's not Captain America. But now I got to side with him because the other folks mad at him. And they should be mad at him for what he said. Here's the funny part. Chris Evans said the exact same thing on one of the Captain America tours. He said he should be named just Captain Good. He's not a representation of just one thing. When he was created, it was because he was about to fight Nazis. Everybody should be against Nazis. And that's why he became Captain America, like when it was published. The other part about it is the last all three Captain America movies is about the government being corrupt or corruptible in some form.
Facts.
And Captain America, or the Winter Soldier in Civil War in particular, was about the idea of what America should be fighting the reality of what America actually is. And it looks like this story is going to follow that same trend. But they don't give a fuck. MAGA don't give a fuck about that. That boy is DEI Captain America. Who he is. This is the path that he has chosen. And you know what? I got to stand beside him just for the fact that I do not want to align myself with racists. But at the same time, he's still not my Captain America. Go ahead and give me your thoughts on the whole situation.
Hey, I just gotta say this without laughing, man. Everything you said was facts, bro. And like you said, man, what he said wasn't even wrong. It was just the context of when he said it, bro. But he literally just said that, like you said, everybody in the world should share these values. I don't think that's taking a shot at America, but like you said, that crowd, they gonna find any little thing they can, bro. And like the DEI shit, that shit was comedy, man. Yeah, that's what he is, bro. Like that's not what he was meant to be, or maybe they knew this was gonna happen. Who knows? But yeah, man. I mean, like you said, we gotta kind of stand by him because the value of what Captain America is true in what he said. Like, yeah, I love, I'm an American, right? But I don't just stand for what America stands for. I stand for what the whole world should stand for, as far as peace and, living a certain way and operating a certain way. But like you said, man, and Mackie is already a very unlikable person.
Ah, wait.
Yeah. I mean, he's been on record as being one of the rudest celebrities in Hollywood. Whenever you run into him in public, he don't like pictures. He don't like autographs. He may mean mug you. He tell you get the fuck away from him. Like, you hear stories about this guy, but like you said, we got to kind of stand by him now, because like, it's
Man.
more so the image we're standing
That's
by.
what I'm saying. Now I gotta stand with him. I had no intention of really, like, I'm going into that film with an open mind, but in my head, I'm like, Steve Rogers is still.
Yeah, facts.
But now I gotta sit up here and take up for this man. This movie may be a 5 out of 5 because of this shit. Just depending on how people act. Depending on how much of a fool people act, I might have to lie about the rating of this film now. I'm on this side. Here's the thing. Yeah, it would be great to call him, instead of Captain America, Captain Planet. But that name is already there. Can't call him that either.
That's a goat.
That's the go right there, man. We are Planeteers. You should be one too. The same Planet is the things to do. Looted and polluted is not the way. Here's what Captain Planet has to say. The power is yours. You remember when Don Cheadle did that? And my favorite my favorite part of this movie, when he said the power is mine, bitches. That was the coldest line. That man said the power is mine. Bro. But anyway, man, look. These boys, wow, these Proud Boys, wow. I'm looking forward to it. I wish I could take credit for the Captain DEI line, by the way. I saw it was a Facebook comment, and that's what I was like, that's funny. But what was funny is I looked at the pictures, and that dude meant that negatively. Like,
oh yeah, I know he did.
He definitely meant negative. Like, I saw his flags flying on there, and I was like, nah, man, this boy dead ass serious about this shit. He does not like that at all. At all. But man, bro, we have come to the end of the inaugural episode of the Unapologetic Opinion by hook and by crook, defying all technical difficulties. But look, we coming back, and we gonna come back stronger and stronger and stronger, bro. Look, man, I appreciate you rocking with me. I appreciate you taking on this new endeavor with me. And man, until next time, I'm Jarius, Unapologetic Geek, with my boy Chris Marshall, Hoodie C, and bro, we out. Peace.
U-GeekTV.